Today's sponsors are Angelo's Interiors, specialising in kitchens, bedrooms and bathrooms. Go and visit their showroom today in Gillingham. Their web address is angelosinteriors.com. And Dimodici Associates, Chartered Structural and Civil Engineers.
Based in the UK with a worldwide reach.
Visit their website on dimodiciassociates.com. Welcome to the Cherrywood Podcast with me, Rachel Burridge.
And the master of podcasts, Simon Burridge. Oh shit.
Oh shit, it's what's it? Williamson Padawan Learner.
Good boy. Good boy. Welcome to the Monday morning Cherrywood podcast.
The what?
Monday morning Cherrywood podcast.
I thought you said the Riley Monday morning podcast.
No, right, we've got the apprentice here, Riley. So it's just the usual update podcast where we just talk rubbish and talk about a few things. But we've got young Riley here. How long do you think it before that falls off?
I don't know.
Do you want me to put it back on the wall for you?
I don't know.
Would you like to guess a time?
I mean, they're probably really far out.
Minus 2 seconds.
Minus number count.
I can put it back up. And
No, it's fine, baby.
Okay, that's a nice little start. This is not going to put off this amazing conversation we're going to have with you. Are you 19 now?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh.
No.
Have to make the noise.
I don't know why I did that.
Why the hell would you do that?
Not a good start to the podcast.
Okay, right, let's go into it. Right, who have we got coming up? Who is coming up on the podcast this week, Simon?
We've just had Jen Woodley on the podcast on Friday. Lovely little celebrant, but she's tiny. She's really tiny. She's so sweet. And it was me and the stand-in host, Kelly Barrows, which was a bit of a laugh. I kept, for some reason, punching Kelly while talking. She's like a sister.
There you go, Kelly.
So, sorry for the bruises, Kel. But for some reason, I just kept tapping her. And every time, because you wasn't well, Rach, on that podcast, I kept looking over to her thinking, you'll be there, Rachel.
Well, you mentioned something about a wedding. You went, yeah, we've been married. And you were like, oh, no. That's not...
And then I looked over at Kelly and was like, oh, no. We've not been married yet.
Oh, God, don't do it, Kelly. Don't do it.
So that was that one. And the one coming up is John Carlo with another stand-in. It's stand-in Rach, we call her.
Oh, stand-in Rach.
Stand-in Rachel Kerridge. Not Rachel Burridge, Rachel Kerridge. The closest we could get to Rachel's name. And we had John Carlo, who's a black belt for Dan, fitness instructor.
Why'd you have to say it like that?
Black belt for Dan, fitness instructor. What else does he do?
You're actually working with him quite closely now, aren't you?
Yep, he's now weighing me every week, I think, telling me off when I eat the wrong stuff, which I have been doing. You got a hangman on your is that a hangman tattoo?
No.
Oh no. Okay.
Everyone says hangman.
We're talking. It looked like it for me without my glasses on. Sorry. And John Carlo does nutrition as well, fitness. He's a personal trainer. He has a small gym in his house, which is ideal for people that don't really want the glaring eyes of other people in their gym. And very good, very nice guy, John. Really nice, calming guy. Can listen to his voice all day long. In a weird way.
Is he going to do a little podcast for sending you off to sleep?
That's what, John. That's what you need to do. Do a podcast that would just sort of gradually send me to sleep. Here
and we're going to put you to sleep now. And we're going to do
He'll put me to sleep by strangling me, give me some sort of kung fu grip.
Like Matthew McConaughey lullabies.
Yes. Do you know what he's going about? Yes. Okay, I don't know what he's on about. Get a bit closer to that. Just come over this way. Don't lick it. Come over this way. Other guests use that. I'm not going to have to wet wipe it every day. Yeah, I do wet wipe it every session. Promise. Okay. So we've got question and answers, Riley. Mm-hmm. Should we talk about you first?
No.
Should we talk about Riley first?
Little Riley.
Tell us about yourself. Or what sort of life have you had in those full 19 years of
19
loveliness?
I've done bugger all my life.
Well done. That's Riley's everyone.
My life.
Riley!
What do you want to be when you grow up, little Riley?
The long-term goal is some form of editor/content creator.
Perfect. He can work
Perfect.
for us then.
You've got the job. So yes, well, we are on now. Now our goal, this Cherrywood podcast has been going on, I think, since around December the 1st, early December. What are we in now? So this comes out
February.
What date? What date does this come out?
Monday, 19th.
Yeah.
Monday 19th. It's Monday 19th. We're recording it the Friday before, all right? Just so you know. What am I trying to say? So we've been going for 2 months, 19 days. Our goal was to have 1,000 subscribers within 6 months. So what does that make? That 1st of June? 1,000 subscribers, 1st of June.
Yeah.
We're on 927 already.
That was my little
Clap,
buzz
Riley,
pop-up.
clap. Yeah, 927 subscribers. We're well done. We're going to be on schedule to be 1,000 subscribers within 3 months, not 6 months. So thank you all so much.
Thank you, everyone.
For subscribing to this dribble, that is the Cherrywood podcast.
Yes, please.
We do get to meet some guests. They're not all famous. They will be famous. There'll be some famous people coming up. But the lives of these people are quite funny, actually. Yeah, really good.
It's nice to get the backstory.
The backstories. We've got people that have been on Pop Idol, people that have travelled the world, people that have deal with horrendous things that you wouldn't want to deal with, like clearing up after car accidents, things like that. And the stories these people have are really good.
But even like their childhoods and how they got to where they are today is just amazing. And you can see how it shapes their personality.
Yes. And of course, we've got wedding vendors as well, because that's what we are, mainly a wedding vendor. But we also film. Actually, we're 50% wedding vendor, 50% corporate film company and video. But that's the same thing. God, I really sell this business well. But we do photography. So let's talk about what we did this week, Rach. We went to a hotel, didn't we? And we shot room pictures for a hotel, didn't we? Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. We went to a hotel and we shot room pictures for a hotel. We went to a hotel. They're having new rooms installed in their hotel, and they wanted photos and new branding really of the rooms, didn't they?
Yep.
So they've obviously done everything up. And we had to take all the lighting gear and we had to shoot. And yeah, I actually was really pleased with how the photos came out. I think it represents their hotel and their rooms really well.
Does. And we went to London and we shot an award ceremony. That was the cyber insurance
industry. No way, there's going to
the Cyber Insurance Europe Awards.
Yes.
Cyber insurance. That's correct, isn't it?
Cyber
Insurance Europe Awards.
Yes.
And it was their first ever awards. They did very well. They organised it very well. We shot it for them. They're very pleased with the video because we promised we'll have that video out within a week.
And it was 4 days, was it?
Oh, we had it out easily. I think we shot it on the Thursday. She got it by the Sunday, I think. And yeah. And tweaks. Everyone wants a few tweaks. You know, it's never going to be perfect. One of these tweaks was just all the sponsors of the thing, they wanted them in alphabetical order. But people, they always go, sorry, Simon, we need to make a tweak. That's part of our job. That's what we do. You know, it's never going to be perfect. I'm not going to be offended if you want it changed slightly. And then we change it and then get on with our lives.
Can I just say, we did also have an email this week.
We had two, didn't we?
From Apple. And it just said, your podcast, the Cherrywood podcast, has performed in the Apple Podcast ranking, position 129 in the category comedy interviews in the UK, and position 130 in the category comedy interviews in Canada.
There you go.
We are quite popular.
Thanks UK.
And thanks Canada.
No, it was the first one, UK?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I thought it said America.
No, UK for the
UK
first
and Canada.
So 129 in the UK and 130
That's
in
not bad
Canada.
after 2 months and 19 days, is it? Being ranked just under the top 100.
And us talking dribble, as you say.
Dribble. Is that flashing when I'm talking? It's not, is it? No, it's just the spring. It's right. I just thought I might have been talking too loud.
What's this arm across the table?
I'm struggling with this little mic. I might have to get another one later. It's a bit too high in it. I want to sit back. Right, we may change the layout of this room again. I always change the layout. I'm thinking now of having a layout a bit like Loose Women.
What, a panel?
Like a desk where they're all in a sort of line, so a U-shaped type desk. You got any ideas actually for how we should be presenting this? We have 2 guests maximum usually. So it'd be 4 people in all. I only want to use one camera because I've got other things I need to be editing. I don't want to be spending time doing this. I know Riley could edit it, but, I've given him 2 jobs already and he said I haven't done it yet. So, that's how good he is.
I've got a social life. No, I don't.
Slagged yourself off there, right?
If I don't do it, my mum will.
So, yeah. We love doing this podcast, but we need to keep it as basic as possible. And I think sometimes basic is better, rough and ready. I think that's a part of the comedy with it all. It is though, isn't it? That's what I like about it. It's like the sign falling off the wall. Everyone loves that sign falling off the wall, yet it ruins the interview every time. Which is really good. Rough and Ready podcast. The Rough and Ready podcast. Yeah. That red curtain does open up, and I was thinking of introducing people and then they burst through the curtain. I think that would be quite cool. But if anyone's got any ideas of how you want us to set this podcast up, sofas is
naked is not an option.
I was hoping that. The sofas is one we started with. We started having a couple of sofas, didn't we? But,
they were quite comfortable.
They were comfortable, but once again, the studio isn't huge, and shooting
it's all this as well.
Everyone's faces are a bit a little small, but I'm thinking of a high stool type setup. Like a loose women, a bar set up, yeah. We can still have the thing on the wall, just a little bit higher, the sign on the wall, and it'll still fall off. Anyway, that's that. So if you want to message us, or please like and share the podcast and subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe. Please do that. That's the first thing I should say. Hey, hit that subscribe. Hit that circumference button down there for me. Hit that subscribe button.
What's there?
We are the worst people for. We are the. It's not. Subscribe's down that end, isn't it? There. When you look at the screen on YouTube, subscribe is there.
No, that's the channel. Then it's over there underneath the likes, dislikes, which you mean you can't really see dislikes anymore, actually.
People dislike?
No, you can dislike.
You can, but you can't.
You don't see the dislikes.
Which I heard when I heard that I wasn't angry. I just didn't understand why you do that.
So if you
why you don't see the
something
dislikes,
and then it wouldn't show up anyway. So what's the point?
Yeah.
It's all about positivity.
Yeah, it's about positivity, but then
Take the button away then.
I know who's disliked the show. Usually you, mainly. No, but what it shows you when you've got your own YouTube channel, it shows you all the likes.
Oh, okay.
It shows you how many likes.
Yeah.
But it shows you what percentage liked it.
Okay.
So when you see a dislike, it will come off your percent. Do you understand?
Oh, right,
Yeah.
so you can work
So
out.
4 people. So imagine 4
content
people.
likes.
Obviously, this is wishful thinking for our show. Imagine 4 people has viewed it. 3 people liked it. 1 disliked it. It would say 75%.
Okay.
Right,
75% liked it. So you still know who disliked it.
Oh, okay.
What you
I
like?
was going to say, so 90% liked it. No, that was wrong.
Oh, God. Dear. Right. Okay. We got a correct couple of questions, I believe.
We do. Okay. So this one, this is a good question, actually.
Oh, God.
In your time as photographers and videographers, undoubtedly you've worked in old buildings, places of history.
Yes.
Have you seen any? Right, I've got to get this word right. Have you seen any anomalies?
Anomalies.
Anomalies. That's the word.
Say it.
Have you seen any not off?
I can't say it now. Anomalies. Oh my god.
Anonymous. No.
Anomalies.
Right. We are not moving on.
Issues.
All right.
No, not issues.
No, it's
It's anomalies.
anomalies. Anomalies.
Why can we say it in normal, but we just can't say it? Where is the word?
Anomalies.
Have you seen any
anomalies?
anomalies?
Anomalies.
That's right. Oh my God. We overthink everything here.
Anomaly.
So what I think what you're on about.
In film and video when edited.
Yeah, I think what you're on about. Have we seen any like orbs or shadows in videos
Films
or photos because of the old buildings? It's a very good question. No, is the answer. No, we haven't. I don't remember seeing anything going, that's weird. Do you, Rach?
No, I mean, you get the odd... It's weird because you don't really believe in ghosts.
That's not true.
As such.
That's not true. I have not witnessed them. I've been involved in a ghost story.
Okay.
One that's going to be mentioned. One I've sent recently to Uncanny. After speaking with Kelly Burrows, we had a one-to-one podcast when you was off sick. We spoke about Uncanny, and we all love Uncanny with Alex Robbins. Is it Alex Robbins? Danny Robbins. Who's Alex Robbins?
That's the guy you work with.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, that's Alex Robinson. I just merged names together with Danny Robbins. Danny Robbins, Uncanny podcast, and it's been on BBC, hasn't it? We love it. And since speaking to Kelly about it, I was thinking, shall I mention about that one? So I did. I wrote it up and sent it to Uncanny. Oh, damn it. I wasn't going to tell anyone about it, was I? I wasn't going to tell anyone. Oh, I forgot about that. I was going to keep it secret. Anyway, it's out there now. I'll see if they come back. If they don't come back...
You can always edit that out if you want.
No, I can't bother. No, I'm not going to edit it out. It's my own fault. It will stay in. But what I'm going to do, if they're not interested in it, is maybe do an episode. Like an uncanny epised I'm thinking of doing a thriller episode. I've already... Not thriller as in... Not that. I'm going to do some sort of scary...
episode?
Scary episode. Scary. I want to say movie, but I don't want it to be that long. I'm thinking Black Mirror-y type length, so 30 like minutes.
Like a mini series.
Yeah, it might be something I do and enter a awards for.
But do you believe in ghosts then?
I believe I haven't witnessed anything. But I've been involved in it. Can't tell you enough. I have been with people in a situation.
But have you seen it firsthand?
I've been in a situation with people that I completely trust and believe at the time. I was there, and stuff went down. And I have witnessed recordings.
Okay.
I've witnessed recordings.
Why does this feel?
I feel it.
It feels like a rush.
I feel whatever this thing was, and it might have been more than one thing. I feel that I have some sort of barrier to it, and it can't. I feel, and I think a lot of people are like this. I feel this being or whatever could not communicate with me. I may be the second coming. Is what I'm thinking.
Right, okay. That statement, that whole thing just felt like a bit like the Monica Lewinsky, I did not do anything with this woman.
I did not have sexual relations with that ghost.
It was more of a...
I did not have sexual relations with that ghost.
Are you reading from a script by any chance?
No.
What I mean is you're very dismissive, or unless you haven't witnessed it firsthand, you're very skeptical of things like that. You always have for instance, in my old house, it was built on an old hospital, and I swear to God, there was a little boy that used to walk the halls of my bedroom, and the halls of my bedroom, that doesn't sound right.
God, how big is your bedroom?
Yes, well,
the halls of your bedroom.
I've got a 19th century
He used to
castle.
walk the halls of my box room.
No, but I swear to God, things happened in that house that weren't quite right. And one morning, my stereo that had a blue light round it wasn't plugged in, just turned on. And then again, you went, that's because there's already power in it.
Capacitors.
So you always have a little bit of an explanation to me saying, oh, it's a ghost. And you saying, well, no, it's not.
No, this is where you're wrong. I believe in what you're saying, right? But I can't fully believe in what you're saying because I wasn't there to witness it.
So you're saying I'm a liar then?
I'm saying you're challenged.
I don't know whether to like that or not. You fucking arsehole.
I'm saying you're challenged.
I think it's more of a...
And now you're saying it wasn't plugged in. It was plugged in at some point, which could have charged it up. Now, did it come on by itself? Did you push the button on and it came on?
No. It literally, the lights came on. Nothing. It was the morning, so I didn't have the remote near me. I was literally in bed, rolled over near the wall, and this thing just turned on.
Did it have an alarm clock on it built into it or anything?
No, it was literally one of those flat, the flat ones, the flat CD ones where you have to push the button, open it up and put the CD in, and it had 2 little speakers next to it. There was an off button and a play, all the fast forward and all that. And the blue light round the edge used to light up when it was turned on and would stay on the whole time if you were playing music and stuff. And as soon as you turned the power off, the blue light went off.
No, look, I believe that you believe that's what you saw. That's as far as I can go, because I can't believe you unless I was there and witnessed it myself. And that's the best way to be.
And
You've got to be like that. Otherwise, you'll believe every story that's been told to you.
But people might say, oh, it's because you're asleep, you may have dreamt it. But I physically had to get out of bed to turn it off.
And are you sure it wasn't plugged in?
It wasn't plugged in.
Yeah, but a lot of people, they look down the back of their
It was to the side because I had it on a little desk that was right in the corner, and the plug was to the side.
You could have been so mistaken. That could have been a plug for something else. And they've got tangled up around the back.
There was no other plug that side of the room.
Unfortunately, I cannot.
Okay, what about the time that I saw that handprint on the TV in our house?
So when you push on the screen and the screen makes weird impressions.
Like an LED screen, and you push on it and you see those thumbprints. Like
now,
you do
I was talking to her.
And you get that imprint onto the TV. There you go.
Yep.
Come in.
Once again, I never was there to witness it. I was at work. You spoke to me on the phone about it. I wasn't there to witness it. It's because I'm the second coming.
Was this before or after you had children? Because it could have been children.
No, they were in bed.
Nothing
I
like
was
this.
tidying up all their toys in the front room, and I literally looked up and went, oh, and it was on the TV. So there was only literally me downstairs.
Nothing like this happens to me. Nothing. It avoids me.
Maybe you just can't remember it.
It avoids me. All these weird things avoid me. What was that? Your pen?
No, it was the sign.
Douche. It all avoids me. I hear knocks and bumps and things, but I can immediately pinpoint where that knock and bump has come from, whether it be a radiator clicking or making a noise, your extraction fan, the flaps on your extraction fan. I knew you would smile over flaps, Rach. I just knew as soon as I say the word flaps that you would. Oh dear, sorry about her, everyone. Anyway, I can always pinpoint where the noises come from.
Yeah, but it's not about that. Okay,
It's exactly about that.
I'll give you another example. Okay, in my mum and dad's house, a little bit spooky. I've gone out to work. I used to work at the golf club, so I've driven to work, got to work, worked. But
that is spooky. You worked.
But then my mum and dad said to me the next day, we had a really weird thing last night. You went to work, about 5 minutes later, my mum, my dad and my sister were in the front room. So in our house, you've got the front room there with the door and then the stairs going right up and around and up into my bedroom. So they were all in the front room here, and they said all 3 of them heard my keys go in the front door, the front door slam, my keys hit the stairs, and then me go upstairs. And my mum and dad looked at each other and went, Rach, what are you doing home? Nothing. Rach, they've gone upstairs and no one is there. Explain.
Once again.
3 people, though. 3 people heard that.
And once again, I believe what they believe they heard and saw. I believe that. But I wasn't there to witness it, so I cannot go any further with my statement of agreement.
So, in reality, you have your position in the belief of, say, the paranormal, which is like probably that question is basically about, is it's like an agree to disagree, as in you don't fully believe the paranormal,
yes,
but you don't fully disprove it.
Yeah.
I can only believe something like that if I've witnessed it, which is the right way. It's the right mind frame. You can't just believe what everyone said.
But I've witnessed stuff, though.
I believe you have witnessed stuff. Yes, I believe it. You believe you have witnessed
So I
stuff.
should believe it because I've witnessed it?
Yeah. If I see what you see and I had no explanation, then I'd believe it.
Okay. Have you had anything spooky happen to you, Riley?
I have in my past as a child. But in my older when I was about I'd say about 6 or 7. Back when are we allowed to drop name brands of places and companies?
I don't know. Others are available.
My workplace.
It depends. Is it a fast food place?
Yeah.
Yeah, other fast food places are available.
Right, actually, a specific food company, when they used to sell very good toys in their children's meals.
All right, Happy Meals, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, McDonald's.
Yeah, right. So they did a thing when they used to sell when they used to have batch operated toys, and when the Puss in Boots film came out, they had one of Puss in Boots, and you put a tiny little AA in him, screwed it on, and you could press a button or pull a paw, and it'd do a hi and Puss in Boots or whatever. Now I used to have a lot of toys when I was a kid. I remember one time, because I've always been a bad sleeper, I was up at middle of the night, and I was just laying there just staring at the ceiling, and I was on my bed, so it's a high-rise bed in the corner. And then a bucket of toys over in there. I remember because he was the last thing I played with. He was on top. No, nothing had touched it. My mum was in my room. Nothing was there. And all of a sudden, it went off. Sorry,
what was that?
Sorry. It went off, and it scared the hell out of me. And I thought that's not weird. And it did it again. So I got up and I got it and I just moved it away. And I was like, not gonna think about it. Not gonna touch it. Not going to do anything in regards to it. And then a similar thing happened again a few weeks later when I had a sign on my wall, which had fallen off. A sign that wasn't like that. It was actually affixed to the wall. And there was no windows open or anything. It was affixed to the wall. And my mum was there, was at the house at the time, and we were in the living room and we heard something fall. We got up to investigate. Well, I got up to investigate. She stayed in the living room. Went into my dark room and it was just lying there on the floor. And I was like, yep, not going in there again. So I think I don't fully believe that something might have happened because I can think of reasons why it could have caused that.
Yes.
So your toy, did it have the battery in?
You're on the same frame as mine as me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did the toy have the battery in? Anything electrical. Anything electrical can malfunction.
Yes.
And you had to push the button to make it work.
Has it got an on and off switch?
No, it did not have an on and off switch.
So it could have just lent on another toy.
I mean, it was also. I just want to say, it wasn't McDonald's toy. It's not the best.
Exactly.
It's not the best manufactured.
Those push to start buttons can.
They can break.
Fail.
They can.
And different temperatures can affect them. Do you know how a kettle works? A kettle works. It switches itself off when it's at boiling point. That is two different metals stuck together that creates that switch, and they expand at different rates. Stop falling asleep, mate.
Science lesson was like,
they are stuck together.
What did he do last time?
They expand at different rates, and because they're stuck together and they expand at different rates, it causes it to bend and then push a switch and turn it off. So when it's at boiling point, the switch bends, turns it off. That's how a kettle works. Same thing can be happening inside that.
A toy, yeah.
Different.
Something like backtracking.
Gets cold of a night and could be affected by it.
All I'm thinking is it's a McDonald's toy. It could have just slightly tipped and then another one of your toys could have just pushed the button in and gone.
I mean, I had a lot of Lego.
Could be moisture on the switch. Could be anything. And it could be paranormal.
Sorry, moisture on the switch.
But unfortunately, it could be moisture on it. Oh my God. How can you get off on the word moisture?
I hate that word. That's the way you said it.
No, you hate the word moisture.
It's the way you said it, that's all.
And when we get really famous with this podcast, we're going to have our own drinks brand as well, and that's going to be called Moist.
The Cherrywood Moisture. Oh,
Moist.
Get some of that canned Cherrywood Moisture.
No, there's other people, not non-famous people like us, that have got Prime and things like that.
Or we could have like a
Ryan
Moist. Reynolds gin. He's got aviator gin, isn't he?
We could
get like a moist gin.
Cherrywood Moist gin.
Any gin
I would
companies
rather,
out there?
I love a bit of coconut rum myself.
You mean Malibu?
Others are available.
I'm a fan of vodka myself.
No, I like it.
I love a good vodka.
I'm Del Trotter. When it comes to drinks, I'm Del Boy Trotter. I have extravagant, sort of sweety drinks. I used to love Mud Shake, if anyone remembers that.
Oh,
chocolate milkshake vodka. Beautiful.
Oh.
Or strawberry milkshake vodka. I used to get drunk on that.
I'm now tempted to make that at home now. I might go get some.
It's good. Mud Shake is
specific milkshake powder. Other brands are available.
Others are available. Right, where are we going?
We were talking about ghosts.
Talking about paranormal.
So yeah,
we've never really.
So the situation I've been in, I'm not going to go into any detail, but I know of a being or ghost that's possibly been in a house with friends and possibly been talking to children in that house. And I've been dropped off.
About it. Just stop.
Anyway, the nearest I've got to it, I've been dropped off by these friends, and I then I turned to them. when they dropped me off at home, and I went, good luck. And then I went home, and that was it. But before I said good luck, something had spoke to him in the car before I said the word good luck. And that's as near as you need to know. There's full information coming up at some point, either on Uncanny or something that I'm going to create film-wise.
I think you could do it, to be fair. I think you should. I think it'd be funny.
I think it should be done in a Blair Witch type way.
I've never seen the Blair Witch. So.
The Blair Witch Project.
That's your homework, Riley. Go and watch the
Blair Witch Project is a horror film, but it's not a horror. There's no blood or guts. It's just done on a...
It's psychological horror.
It's a very good psychological horror, which is probably what I want to do with this one.
I can't lie. I prefer the blood and gut one.
You would like the Blair Witch Project because it's done on just a camcorder.
I remember I've seen bits of it. It's like a little GoPro almost style.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but way before GoPros were a thing.
But it would be quite nice. I know this is going to sound really horrible to you, but it would, if you're in this said
community,
whatever you're going to do with this mini-series or whatever you're going to do, it would be actually nice to have you in a serious role and see if you can do serious.
Yeah. Well, vicars are involved. I could be the vicar.
God.
Oh, God.
Don't be the vicar. Oh, sorry, I've just pulled something.
What have you done?
No, I just pulled this, but it didn't come out. It's only your headphones.
Right, let me just check. Sorry about this, everyone. Sorry about her.
I'm not normally used to sitting
Riley talking your thing.
Hello.
Is
it me you're looking for?
Hello. Real good. Right, any other questions, Rachel?
What was my other question?
Will you two stop hitting microphones?
I didn't hit the mic. Why is my voice there?
Oh my God.
Cockney. I didn't hit the mic, governor.
Like a Scooby-Doo. Why would Scooby-Doo be that noise?
I think the other one came directly to you, didn't it? I haven't got it.
Sorry, yeah, I only forwarded that one to you.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, I know what it was. It was from Grant again in Australia. Hello, Grant, the only listener we have. Surely we're ranked number 1 in your household in Australia.
Down under.
In your household.
Probably not, actually. So what Grant asked is, could there be a parent takeover podcast? Remember we had the kid takeover podcast?
Oh, God.
I can't see my mum wanting to come on the podcast. My dad has passed, so I can't see my mum wanting to come on it, if I'm honest. And I can't get her up here, definitely. She won't be able to get up the stairs.
We can always go to her.
Yeah.
Well,
living room.
One of your parents listens to this. Hello, Tracy. Hi, Tracy. Hello, Tracy.
Hello.
Oh, does that feel weird, Tracy, that you're listening to us and we're saying hello to you? I don't know.
I think if we sat and had a chat with my mum and dad, I think it would be quite funny.
It will be funny. I don't think they'd be up for it, but Tracy and Stephen, if you want to come on the podcast, just say you want to come on the podcast.
If you want to come and do a parent takeover and ask us questions, God, what would they ask?
Also, they've let me down recently. They've let me down recently. They're going to a wedding on the day of my 50th party, and I'm still getting over it at the moment. So, and I'm going to put them up for the worst in-law award now. So upset by it. Actually, you've made my podcast. The in-laws not turning up. I've made my podcast. Made my birthday. Sorry. Anyway, so come on, Trace and Steve. I don't think you've got the guts.
Jesus Christ.
That's enough of that.
I don't think you've got the guts.
Right, anything else we got to cover today?
We didn't actually answer the previous question. I don't think we've actually seen any orbs or anything. I
answered the question with no.
You just said no. I don't think. But we always have, again, going back to that question, there are always flickers of light, but they're always, if people question it, there's an answer for it, because there is fractions of light coming off. There's always orbs of light hitting dust and stuff like that anyway. So when people say, I've seen an orb, 99.9% of the time it is light hitting a bit of dust.
But also, obviously, this is from your experience, but on my own, I've been in old places, and I think there's a certain mindset because of lots of social media and books and movies. There's a lot of inbuilt in your mindset.
To look for stuff that's not there.
Yeah, especially in really creepy places. Yeah. In the forest when it's afternoon, that's dark, in an old abandoned house or a museum or something, or in the dark. It's in your head.
What have ghosts got against light bulbs?
Exactly.
What have ghosts got against light bulbs?
Why does
this shit have to happen in complete darkness?
or in really, what is it? There's a old thing, the comedian Joe Lycett talks about people say I saw a ghost. It's always in really specifically creepy places, like I saw a ghost at the end of my bed, and he goes, no one goes, I saw a ghost in Morrison's. But it's true. You never hear anyone say I saw a ghost in Morrison's or I saw a ghost on the street. It's always I saw him at the end of my bed near my dressing gown at
I was having
1 in the morning.
I was having a shit, and in the toilet next to me,
There was a ghost. Going, oh God, stop, please.
The headless crapper.
So yeah, there's explanations for it, I think, but we've never really had anything spooky like that.
No.
You watch the next one we do, we can have like this scary ghost.
Do you know
thing
what?
come up in
I've
some
been
of the
on.
pictures.
I can't lie. I've been on many a podcast where the sign has fallen off the wall.
What podcast was
I
that?
don't know. The Cherrywood podcast. So I do want to believe, but I can only, I'm not going to be just taking any old nonsense. I will need to witness it.
Okay.
And
So
I'm
if there's
sorry,
any
I shouldn't
ghosts
say
out there-
nonsense because a lot of people really believe they saw what they saw, and they may have. I've just not been there to witness it.
Oh, I first-hand witnessed. Is that the right statement?
Yeah.
I first-handly witnessed.
No,
things
you put a handly on it then.
Handily witnessed it.
You started off with
Handily
right.
witnessed.
First-hand witnessed.
Didn't you see a kid with your dad?
That's not wrong.
What?
You see some kid with your dad at an old place in London.
No, we went to was it Hampton Court?
Don't get your Hampton called.
we went to Hampton Court, and we swear we saw this floating Tudor person.
See, this is what makes me laugh, right? We've had this discussion for a good half hour, and I had to remind her about a floating Tudor person.
Persian.
Oh, let's go and have sex, yeah?
Rocking a pancake.
Floating Tudor person.
Faja.
Why didn't you not? Why was the floating kid
Not the
or
first
Tudor
one.
person not the top of your agenda over your radio coming on
And a handprint on
TV?
But it was too coincidental that we were.
Coincidental.
Coincidental is a word, isn't it?
Coincidental. Oh.
Coincidental. Coincidental.
We shouldn't be doing podcasts. This should be the last one we do.
Oh.
We just haven't got the vocabulary for this. We just haven't got.
Oh, when we did Chris Hardy's, he was coming out with some long old words. I was like, wow, you are really good at all your long words.
But the thing is, Rachel,
I'm not.
there may be 13 years parting us, and it's me that's the older one, just for people that are not sure. But we are very similar in dimness, aren't we?
I take offence to that. we may not be up to date with all the lingo, but we're clever in other ways, right?
Yeah.
I hope.
There's nothing wrong with slagging yourself off. There's nothing wrong with not taking yourself seriously. There's nothing wrong with not taking life seriously.
Do you want to go back to my question?
No,
anyway?
it's a boring
Okay.
question. No, go on in. Coincidental. Yeah. Coincidental.
I don't even know where I was going by that.
Floating Tudor person.
I didn't, because it was very busy. I just thought maybe it was someone
dressed up on a Segway.
maybe
It could have
not a
just.
Segway.
In fairness, it could have just been a kid in Hampton on the streets.
It was
Hampton Court.
Yeah, it was at Hampton
I don't know where
Court.
this
It's a
is.
palace in London. It's really pretty. You should
that-
go there.
I don't go out.
You can just look, just by looking at you, we know you don't get out much.
You're so freaking horrible.
No, it's true. It's true. In the summer, I go grey because I don't go outside.
You're like my sister. My sister's like, oh,
shouldn't go
son.
Did you say I shouldn't go out?
Let's have a look at your hairs. You both got the same hair still.
Probably.
Yeah.
I just can't be asked to
Very
buy
strange.
hair dye.
Very strange.
I've got pink, like a bright pink at home if you want
That's
to buy
really
pink.
weird how you both do that and you didn't even know you had both done that. And it's happened a couple of times now, isn't it?
Thanks.
So, Riley, you worked on
Oh yeah.
you worked on Dusty with me, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Did the sound for Dusty.
That was a learning experience, and it was really fun.
Good. And a 9-day shoot, wasn't it? Even though they were obsessed with saying it was 11 days, I'm sure it was 9. Well, it's me.
I remember. I remember it being within a week span almost.
Yeah, 9 days it was.
It was a week, and then maybe the Saturday and Sunday as well.
But we had a laugh, didn't we?
Yeah, we had good fun despite the weather.
You managed to stay away from the camera the whole time, didn't you? We didn't even have you as an extra in the party, did we?
No, we didn't, and I wasn't bothered by that. No, the only mess that we had was it might have been the second to last day was we were filming one of the scenes, and we had to do it I asked to do it again because I didn't think the sound was good because I had the mic like this rather than like this. It didn't sound too good to me. Well, yeah, it was good fun.
Was that it? I thought you was going to say you was in the. I thought you was going to say you was in it as an extra.
No, I wasn't in it as an extra at all.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted the sound to be a lot closer. I wanted the mic to be a lot closer, but it was your first time doing the sound
and anything like that.
And look at you. There's not a muscle on you, so I didn't want you to be holding the boom. Up.
It is surprisingly. It's heavier than it looks.
I've done it before, and it is.
To hold the boom properly, you're like that
all the time,
and it's above their heads.
Yeah,
I got you to do a lot of under and up type boom.
I commend the serious ones who do them like film sets of standing for like 6 hours in the same position. Like
yes,
well, I did it on,
and that's the whole reason I asked you to do it underneath, because you're doing that for 9 days when you've not done it before. Yeah. It would have been a lot of work.
Well, I did it on the tab theory, didn't I? Yeah. And I know that feeling. You just have to say, right, guys, please cut, because I've got to put it down, because your arms just start shaking in the end, where it's so heavy. And I know people look at it and go, it's just a pole with a bit of fluff on it.
Yeah, but that pole can be 10 foot long. Yeah. Remember when we was in the...
and you had to really extend it.
And
out. 2 people had to hold that. You had to have one at the end and one at the front.
Because it was a very wide shot, wasn't it? Needed 2 people to hold it because it was extended so far.
And even like some of the shots, even when I was doing it low, it was the angles that made it harder. Like some of the things we did in like a car, and we had you like right edge up to the window, and you had to have me like on the other side holding it at a certain angle so that it doesn't hit the car, because then it interferes with the sound. Because I remember that was your pet peeve, especially my coat. I do remember you slapping my coat a couple of times.
Did I? I don't remember telling you. Because I told everyone off.
My mum made me wear a really big puffy coat because of the rain. So I remember you kept just like slapping it because the pole kept like touching me. You didn't want to.
Oh, the wires. Yeah, the wire. Yeah.
It's sometimes it's like the angle like that. This looks weird. Like that. In the car or something.
We can superimpose something in that, can't we?
Yeah.
So
it was a good learning experience, both the negative and the positive parts.
But you do have to get into very weird positions sometimes.
Yes.
And I just try and keep the shoot fun.
Yeah, you did a lot.
But you
can be a bit too serious.
As a
You've
director,
got to get it done. You've got a time frame, and that time frame is unbelievable. Just 9 days to shoot a complete episode, which is about 45 minutes.
And like the location and the weather and getting everyone on the scene in the scene at the same time, ready together. When it was like herding cats. Yeah. Just watching you try and get people to like herding cats. You ever tried herding cats?
Cattle.
No, cats. I'm going cats. It's a saying, herd cats.
How many cats you got? It's not herding cats. It's not a saying.
I have heard it.
Herding cats. It's herding cattle.
Whoever's watching this, can you please?
It's herding sheep or cattle.
If you've either used or heard this expression,
we can do it now.
Cats.
We can do it now, Riley. Herding cats.
I have heard it.
What have you heard? It cats.
Shut up.
Herding cats.
But no, it was like herding cats.
Maybe herding cats could be a saying, because cats don't want to go anywhere.
Exactly, because they're their own lonesome creatures. No, it's not lonesome. They're very idiotic.
It's strange for us to question someone's saying, because we don't know what we're going on.
Yeah. But yeah, because just try and get everyone in the same scene together, ready at the same time, and stop them from certain people would wander off and have a chat. I'm not dropping names.
There is a saying because it is difficult to attempt to command individual cats into a group.
Well done, Riley.
So basically there is a saying, herding cats.
We say herding sheep mainly, don't we, Rach? When we're talking about
I say cows.
When we're talking about that really does make a noise when you plonk that on there. Like
Sorry.
When we talk about getting people ready for their group photo and the wedding, and they're all drunk and stuff like that, that's a nightmare.
That I would say must be a nightmare, even when they're sober as well.
Well, I think
kids.
The biggest group I've had is probably 120.
What, in one shot?
In one group shot.
You've had more than that.
Oh.
No, attend a wedding. No,
You've had more than that.
I haven't. I think 120 is my max, I think. And trying to organise 120 people in one group shot. And then they say, so-and-so's gone to the loo, or so-and-so's gone to the bar. And I'm like...
If it's a venue with a number of gardens as well, they've all just... So what we do is we make that the first shot. before
And
everyone.
Get the most difficult one out of the way. I don't know. And then especially got like little kids. Like I was at my aunt's wedding when I was younger. And I remember there being photos and stuff. I got little cousins. They always been a lot younger than. Yeah, they're a lot younger than me, and I remember like just like watching, having to try and get the kids to not only stay still but to look straight forward. It's impossible, especially now when all the kids want to do is go on a tablet.
Well, we try and get little kids. We try and get involved, and we say, "Everyone, look up here," blah blah blah. And we try and be silly, so they all look over. But it's nice to have height in a group shot. So if you've got a ladder or you've got something, because the worst thing is when you've got a group shot and you have to elongate it and you've got people missing at the ends and people hide and stuff like that. So if you get up from a height, you can actually look down at everyone, then everyone's in the group shot, and then no one's going to go, "Oh, I wasn't in that photo," or anything like that. But it can be stressful organising that amount of people, trying to say, right, okay, I need the bridal party here, mum and dad mum and dad here, you need this side, and it can get quite stressful.
And to try and do it without sounding like an arse. Like, I need you there, I need you there.
Like
when
Hitler.
A bit like that. When, like, obviously, you don't want to be an arse because it's their special day. It's the one, I mean, for most people, it's the one day of the year, well, their life, really.
The year.
Yeah, sorry,
For me, it's one day of the year.
yeah, for you it's. Well, but one day of their life that is going to be stuck in their memories forever.
Yeah.
You don't want to make it horrible for them, but then you're there to do a job.
Yeah.
And
They're soon moaning if they haven't got the group shot.
Yeah.
exactly, you're there to do a job, and it's difficult to not do that.
So you're going to come on weddings with us this year?
Yes.
Are you excited?
I actually am, to be fair. I will probably shit myself the night before, but I think we're
You've got
fine.
nothing to worry about. We're going to be there with you. I'm not just going, here's camera, go and film a wedding. You'll be with us.
You'll have like this.
You could just,
year,
even if you don't do anything the first
Yeah,
week.
just to sit there and observe. Stand there and observe. I'm not going to sit down.
Yeah.
Stand there
You
and
got smart
observe.
clothes to wear?
Oh, I've got loads of suits. I used to go sixth form. I got loads of suits.
Okay.
And even if you're just our runner for the first year and just say, right, we need this factory, because you know our equipment now, we can just say to you,
I've done
get
some
this
stuff for
factory,
you.
get this,
Yeah.
do this.
I don't know a lot of stuff for like what's the word? Actual camera, like picture cameras. We'll go. I sound old there. Picture cameras. But yeah, I've been told quite a bit that I managed to pick up like learning things like really quickly.
Well, Zoe, we had Zoe on, Zoe Ashby on. Zoe's the one that did the Dance Academy that you filmed for us.
Oh,
Remember,
yes.
we was already filming somewhere. We was doing a wedding, weren't we?
Oh, yes, that was the second
So
one.
I said, I've got a little apprentice I can send with you. I gave you a couple of
I remember
cameras.
that.
She loved you. She said you did really well.
Yeah, I didn't really see her, but yeah. I spoke to her twice. Once when I got there, once at the end to tell her how it all went.
And you had an issue with one camera and you dealt with it.
That was that was the first, because I did two things for you.
Oh, that's right, yes.
Jobs for you. The first job was the issue with the camera.
Yeah. Just ran out of memory, hadn't it?
Right memory, and thankfully you managed to pick up during the intermission.
Yeah.
It was only the.
There was something wrong with heat as well.
No, I was really hot. It was
It was summer.
It was summer.
Yeah.
It was really, really hot, and the layout of the place was like the stage at the bottom. It wasn't like a raised stage. It was like a bit like an old school hall. It was just the floor and curtain, and then it had the seats and going up, and then it sort of stopped. And then there was more seats, but no one sat in those. And I was standing up at the back. And then behind me was a little wall and raised, and that's where the tech guys sat, and they had little fans.
Yeah.
And then I was below, sweating my tits off there. And yeah, the cameras were getting a bit hot, and it was the wide shot camera. I remember.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I didn't hear it that time.
Wide shot camera I'd run out of memory and just stopped recording. I was like, oh, bugger. And I remember, thankfully, the intermission had happened, and I called you, and I said what happened, and you were like, oh, shit, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I don't think I cleared the memory card or
you
something
didn't.
like that.
And you were like, I was like, do you want me to put it on internal storage? You went, do you know how to do it? I said, yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. And he dealt with it.
You dealt with it.
Have you ever had that where a camera's overheated where it doesn't work?
GoPros are really unreliable.
Really? I'd have thought they'd be...
Yeah, no,
They use them for, a lot of people use them for like surfing and
yeah,
skiing.
they're just
I don't think
unreliable for doing a constant, like, I can't guarantee it, but I can't guarantee that a GoPro will film a whole ceremony. Not that I'd want a GoPro for...
Very small looking.
GoPros
GoPros are great for a little... Get it. If you're having trouble getting an angle, you can hide a GoPro somewhere and it will just grab that angle for like a third or fourth camera angle.
It gets us out of shit in churches, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because obviously vicars and celebrants and stuff like that are very methodical in the way they think in churches. You're not allowed to be certain behind certain things and everything like that.
Yeah.
So you have to have certain positions in a church. And I think the last one I did, I wasn't allowed anywhere
behind.
I think I had 5 or 6 rows of people, and that's where I had to stand. So I wasn't allowed anywhere near the bride and groom. I was allowed to get the bride coming up the aisle, and then I had to move to 5 or 6 rows behind.
When it comes to churches, in our terms and conditions, we say we can't guarantee that position. It all depends on the vicar. If they're upset that day, if they've had a bad experience with photographers and videographers.
Yeah.
But that's where GoPros come in, because you can hide them in flowers or in certain things, and you can get that position and that angle of the bride coming in and the service that way.
But we've usually won them over by the end of the ceremony, haven't we?
Yeah. We'll write to them, we'll speak to them. If we can go to the rehearsal, we do go to the rehearsals, don't we?
That's probably like a pretty big part of your job. It isn't just like the editing and the shooting. It's just it's not the constant communication, but it is the reassurance almost. The technical, I'd say the technical term is probably like client relations almost. But it is talking to the bride and groom and maybe some of the wedding party and the officiant, and then getting them used to you. Because then if you get them used to you and they know you can have a laugh and you're not just so super serious, or you're not just ridiculous.
That's right. It's all about relaxing.
There's a bond that you can trust you.
That's what this podcast is for, so they can see what idiots they're hiring.
How they can't speak English.
But we need to be more positive. Say something nice about us. Positivity.
You both got lovely hair.
No, as in us Cherrywood.
No.
Very reliable, good quality.
Never had really any complaints, have we?
No,
we haven't.
And if people are saying, oh, can we just do this? Like you said earlier, people are saying, can we just do this? Can we just tweak this and do this? We do it for them, because at the end of the day, it's their wedding video and their photography rather than ours. And we'd rather them be 100% happy. So I think that's what we try and do for all of us.
My phone has just said, time to get moving. In other words, you're a lazy arse.
Get off your arse.
Get off your arse. Stop doing podcasts.
I'm so glad I haven't got that.
So that might end it there.
Time to get moving.
Yeah, anything else to go to?
No, I think that was all the questions that we had this week.
So if you want to subscribe, it's www.cherrywoodpro.com/podcast.
Yes!
And subscribe on YouTube, or you can subscribe on all the other things, I think, as well, can't you?
Yeah.
Not that I've done any research on it.
You can on
button here
on Spotify. You can click follow. You can turn on your notifications, and you'll get updated with all the latest.
He's good. He knows.
Keep going, Riley. Tell him everything else. Riley, what's our email address?
Info.cherry. No. Bugger me. Info@cherrypro.com.
No. Info@cherrypro.co.uk. All right. Tell your friends about it.
Share, like, subscribe. That's enough. Not tell your friends.
And if you've got any questions that you want us to chat about, any videography questions or just questions on our lives in general, and why I chose Rachel as my wife.
Hello.
Things like that. Then feel free. Rach, you got anything else to say? You can end it this time, Rach.
Okay, just thank you for watching and listening, and thank you for being part of this journey.
And thank you, little apprentice, for helping us on your time off at school. His face.
I go back on Tuesday as well.
Back on Tuesday. And what are you studying?
I study, the exact name is Creative Media Production and Technology.
And you're going to exceed in it, my darling.
Yes.
That sounds wrong.
Okay, so you started the podcast by going, 19. And
now
then you just gone, darling.
I've just done a bit of Craig Revel Hallward, haven't I? Darling.
Darlings.
And on that note, we're going to
go. Thank you
so much.
See you. Bye. This podcast has been brought to you by Snugdubs Camper Van Hire.
Roam the world, park anywhere.
That's snugdubs.co.uk. This podcast was brought to you today by Austin's Eatery on Station Road, Strood.
Try the Viking Challenge.